We're back though. It was a quick one. It died and resurrected. I just hate that we lose everybody on the YouTube.
Well, look. Yeah. Look, I think that, let's see. I want to see where Brandon Johnson's going to take us as a city. Look, we have tremendous potential as Chicago. We are an amazing city in the Chicago region and all of Illinois for that matter. And the question is, do we bring people together and try to find our boldest common denominators, or do we go a different direction? And I'm always fearful when we might be dividing more than uniting. Because when we're attacking each other, we can't attack our common problems. And so what are some of those issues that we have to deal with? One is we have to continue to
We're going to take Ilhan Omar Town Hall as soon as it begins.
Pritzker has done at the state level with attracting jobs.
I'm sorry, Congressman, the question wasn't about the governor, it's about the mayor. So without attacking, specifically, do you approve of his job performance so far? And do you imagine yourself supporting him in a re-election?
Yeah, let me get to that. So basically what I'm trying to say is this. My support for him will depend on, do we do more of building on consensus and bringing people together to tackle our common problems, attracting more economic development, especially to the south and west sides of Chicago? Do we work together with business?
Dylan, good evening, my friend.
Trying to find places where we can help them and we can create a win-win. Do we also continue to deal with the public safety issues in a way that recognizes the long-time concerns about criminal justice, while at the same time, people's legitimate fears about crime? I would also say this, which is we have tremendous potential. Brandon Johnson can preside over a renaissance in Chicago, but only if he takes the best parts of Chicago and
I'm not high enough for this shit.
Including the people.
Lieutenant Governor.
I'm very grateful for the ways that we have stood together here in the city of Chicago and in the state of Illinois, especially in the wake of all of these attacks by Donald Trump and his administration. And you all might have seen when he was threatening to send federalized troops to our city, we all stood together. Federal electeds, the governor and I, county, and the city of Chicago, to say that we don't welcome Donald Trump here, that we don't want his troops, and that we're going to stand up for our neighbors. So that kind of collaboration must continue. I don't know if he...
We're getting ready to take the Ilhan Omar.
So I have no comment on that at this time.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Like any elected official.
Town hall happening in Minnesota right now. Getting ready to begin anytime.
Under his leadership, and when he had to, he was summoned to D.C. on the Oversight Committee.
They were on C-SPAN too.
At our table this morning, Brad Fitch. He's the author of Citizens Handbook.
Oh, we're cutting away. We're going to Washington Journal for a little bit.
Fitch, in 2010.
Well, no, I'd rather go back to the debate then. I love you, Greta, but, you know, not right now. There's a time and a place.
Fourth year in the college, and he asks, the data center boom has already come to Illinois with over 100 data centers planned or already being built in the state. How do you plan to protect Illinois residents from rising electricity rates?
Congresswoman Kelly, start us off.
This is something that we're greatly talking about in Congress. What do we do about data centers? Again, I think that there needs to be some guidelines and parameters so that
hey, wait a minute. I know the dude that was on Washington Journal. That's Wolfman Jack. I thought he died.
Something where
cleaned up a little too.
Tax, but like a tax credit or something, a voucher that you get if you live in the areas of the data centers. It is a great concern, and we have talked about it a lot. I'm on Energy and Commerce, so I would, want to see examples or look across the country, how much it is raising folks' electricity bills, but people should not have to pay for that. And we need to come up with a program where there are either vouchers that people get back or something that we can help keep their bill at a very, very reasonable level, because electricity bills are high enough, as it is. So we need to be very careful of that. Of course, data centers are hiring people, so, that's a good thing. But also, I don't want people, we already have an affordability problem. So I don't want people having more of an affordability problem because of who is moving into their neighborhoods.
Thank you. Lieutenant Governor.
Well, this is something we think about all the time, because as we see expansions.
See, I should try to get a job at C-SPAN, because it would just be me doing this shit without giving my opinion.
Rising utility cost. And we have to address that. We can't see anything move forward without thinking about how does it impact everyday Illinois.
Incompetent
Here
creeps.
in Illinois, one of the things that we did was we lifted the moratorium on nuclear energy plants. And that's an example.
I can't think of a good one for E.
To help make sure that we
Idiots
can
controlling
continue
everybody.
on our path to clean energy future. while
Darth
also
Revan,
making
welcome
sure
in.
That, the rising energy.
You want to
costs
call
will be
in? You want to
addressed.
talk
So
to me?
Those are the types of solutions that I think we need to look at. But the main thing is that affordability is an issue for everyone right now. Everything is too expensive, and utility prices
The
are
rent's
one of
too
those
damn
areas.
high.
And we need to always make sure that whatever progress we're making, that we're thinking about how does it impact the people that we represent, and how do we fight to make sure that we're standing up to make sure that those things are more affordable.
Thank you. Congressman.
Well, look, data centers are a function of the expansion of AI, as all of you know in this audience. And the more that AI pervades society, the more data centers we'll build, and we're building a lot in Illinois. My district, Elk Grove Village, is home to one of the biggest concentrations of data centers of any place in the Midwest. This is what we know about data centers. Unfortunately, they consume more electricity than they produce. So they produce a net demand on the grid. At the same time, we're doing stupid stuff at the federal level. Trump actually repealed the Inflation Reduction Act. The Inflation Reduction Act was bringing a large amount of clean, renewable energy onto the grid, including solar, including wind, and other sources. So you see demand going up, you see supply going down. Guess what happens? Prices go through the roof, and that's what we're seeing for each of us. I just saw on my own electricity bill, it went up by $100 compared to last year, and I think other families are seeing the same and worse. This is wrong. So I believe that data centers should be allowed to be built. They provide wonderful union-paying jobs, and numerous workers are employed to construct them, but they should produce more energy than they consume. And so they should be part of building electricity generation, including in addition to just the data center. I'm the bipartisan founder and co-chair of the Solar Caucus in Congress. So this is very important to me personally and professionally, that we do everything we can to repeal the cuts to the IRA. This is extremely important. If we don't do this, we're going to have an increasing electricity crunch in this country, even at the same time that our competitor nations such as China and others are building renewables at a record pace.
Thank you, Congressman. All right, this is our final question before closing statements.
You're all leaders in the state, and you share similar policy platforms, especially
Getting ready to wrap it up. This is
Trump
the
administration.
Illinois
Please tell us one
Senate
policy
Democratic
plan that you think
primary
distinguishes you
debate.
from your competitors on this stage.
Oh, it is 2 minutes until 4:20 on the West Coast.
Thank you. Well, one key policy plan that distinguishes me, and there are several, but one is to have
Milf, welcome
no
in.
corporate PAC money.
You'd like to
and
join
fight
me in
for
420.
campaign finance reform and a ban
Get
on
your
corporate
marijuana accoutrements
Because right
ready.
now, I am hearing from people all over the
Ironic. I don't think I've told you good
and they
evening.
are saying that they are tired of seeing
I saw you hit the weed earlier.
mentality. That people in Washington get there and they roll out the red carpet for corporate special interest and forget
About
why
40
they were elected
seconds
to the office in the first place.
until 4:20
I'm
on the
proud that I was
specific
endorsed
coast.
by End Citizens United, and I will fight to end Citizens United when I get to the United States Senate. My
30
opponents have
seconds. Silent welcome in, my friend. 20 seconds until 4:20 on the East Coast. We're getting started with the Ilhan Omar Town Hall. We'll do 4:20 and then we'll take it live. 15 seconds. Happy 420 to my West Coast friends. Bald Nightmare, welcome in. Happy 420 to you. Even though yours was 3 hours ago. We're going to take the Ilhan Omar Town Hall. Getting started right now.
I am State Senator and President of the Minnesota Senate. I'm Bobby Joe Champion, and you're in our wonderful Senate district, so welcome to the district. And I do want to start by saying, in the absence of Congresswoman Omar, that I want to thank her for inviting me here tonight for an update and talk about what we've been doing. But also, I want to thank her publicly for being such a fearless leader in our 5th Congressional District. Can we give her a hand in her absence? And as I mentioned, that we have been experiencing some real challenges, here. But I want to say thank you to those who have been constitutional observers, and thank you to those who have helped provide food and legal advice, support, and comfort to our fellow Minnesotans and neighbors. Can we give them and all of you a hand for that? You probably know this because you've heard this probably from your friends and family, that the eyes of the nation and the world are on Minnesota. I've heard people from Chicago. I also heard from other Senate presidents who've called me from Maryland and from Colorado and from other places. And they've been sending us positive energy. And what they've been saying more than anything is, we are standing with Minnesota. And I want you to know, all those who've been out there and working and making sure that we take care of our neighbors, I want to say thank you. What I also want to say is that during these uncertain times, I've worked to provide legal support, because most of you, or some of you, probably know that I'm a lawyer. And some of the work that I've been doing alongside my immigration,
I didn't know, actually, sir,
have been helping those individuals who unfortunately were detained by ICE. And some of them need to know, and families need to know where they are and what are some of their legal rights. And so we've been working really hard in order to make sure that we can give them the support they need, and the families what they need. Because when you get detained by ICE and you don't know what's going on, and guess what? A lot of them are U.S. citizens. So it's unfamiliar territory. And so we've been making sure that we've been helping them. Now, here's the other thing that I've been doing along with Viviana Salazar. We've been making sure families, regardless of their circumstances, are prepared in the event that they're detained by ICE. Like, for an example, we've been doing delegations of parental authority. Some people call that a DOPA. What that is
oh, I know what a DOPA is.
Believe that you're going to be detained, or it's possible that you could be detained. You want to make plans for your family, and you want to make plans for your children.
Okay, that's not what I thought a DOPA is.
Make sure that if they're able to talk to a neighbor, a friend, or someone, to say, in the event that I need you, I've signed a document that says that you'll make sure that my 5-year-old or my 2-year-old is okay. And so we've been helping families with those. Again, we call it a DOPA, but it's a delegation of parental authority. Another thing that I've been working on along with Viviana Salazar is making sure families also have what we call power of attorneys, but not a normal power of attorney. It has expanded rights. So if someone signs it, for an example, one of the things that we've been noticing is that if someone is detained, and unfortunately, they are sometimes sent to Texas right away. And sometimes we got to fight to get them back and fight to make sure that they have a plan. But let's say, for an example, a family says, you know what, in the event that I'm going to get deported, or if anything was to happen to me, and you have my child here in the great state of Minnesota, I want to make sure that I have the possibility of reuniting with my child. And if you do not, the person who is taking care of him, if they do not have the authority to be able to travel with that child, there's a problem about them being reunified. And so we've been making sure that there's that extended power of attorney, and families know about those things. Another thing that we did, and you will hear a little more about, is not long ago we had a Know Your Rights virtual event. And
Peter, welcome
Know
in.
Your Rights, we had the ACLU.
Freak Show, that's the name of my Friday night show.
We had a representative from North Point, so folks would know about food and what could be done, whether it's delivery or whether it's extended hours, that people could have that opportunity. Commissioner Barnett was also with us from the city of Minneapolis, and some of the conversation has circled around, well, why is it that MPD can't arrest ICE agents? Right? I know you're thinking, well, I want to know that too. Right? And so we talked about that and what are some of the challenges, but what are some of the things that we can do in real time. But I want you to know that we did that Know Your Rights, and we had it virtually, because one of the things that Representative Bajay and all of us talked about, along with City Council members Vita and Warren.
Anybody watching vertically, I'm still kind of playing with
anybody who wanted to
what the best way to show you guys content is.
Could also attend.
You see any changes?
And so that's why we did it 100%.
Porg, welcome in.
And we had over 200 people who showed up. And I must admit, in the beginning, we got so many people that we had to extend.
Grow, this is called an opening act. Trump had multiple when we watched his speech earlier.
And so I want to thank, right in the back there, you'll see two ladies who work so diligently. So anything I'm doing along with other things, you'll see Shamika Bogan right there. If you turn around, she's waving. Will you give Shamika Bogan a hand? It sounds like Shamika Bogan has a fan here if nobody else has a fan here. And the other young lady that you see there, so Shamika is my executive assistant.
I'm a fan of Shamika now.
But the other young lady is Taylor Bennett. She is my committee legislative assistant. Can you give her a hand as well?
Fuck Taylor, though. I don't like Taylor.
So that's going to lead me to here.
I do switch up bandana colors
well, what are you gonna
all the
do?
time.
We know what you're doing on the streets. We know that
Twitch actually has a redemption that they can change bandana color.
Friends and neighbors. What are some of the things that you're going to do possibly?
I think it's just the YouTube is flooded with dipshits.
So I want to start with
not all present company excluded, you know.
That have been affected by all these ICE raids in the presence of ICE. So there are people who are not going to work because they're afraid. As well as there are individuals who are U.S. citizens who won't go to
Liam, it was great having you here. Have a great night.
So businesses are suffering. And so
are you making me go blue?
Is there anything that we can do to provide some support to businesses? That is something that we'll think about and try to figure out whether that is possible, because as you know, we got to think about and look at whether we have the wherewithal, money that is. So whenever I say wherewithal, somebody say money, okay, in order to make it happen, right? Because we know the other pressures that we're also receiving from the federal government, where they're stopping payment and stopping certain programs. So we have to think about the other thing that we're working on is I'm looking along with Representative Long and Senator Fateh, introduction of a policy that would allow us personally to sue the federal government for violating our constitutional rights, whether our First Amendment right, whether it's our Fourth Amendment right, whatever it is. We're also exploring making it unlawful for law enforcement, or ICE in particular, to not wear masks. We want to make sure that they're not able to wear masks. And we know that even though we've been dealing a lot with ICE and those sort of things, we still have to look back and make sure that we are responsive to those families who have died by way of gun violence. And we want to ban assault weapons as well as ban high-capacity weapons. So I'm going to...
Well, I've done it before. Like when I had the Jackson Hinkle mod, I made my thumbnail look like Jackson Hinkle. I made my thumbnail look like other right-wing shows like Tim Pool and
sure
shit.
that you can let
Try to troll.
know as well. We have to work to do a couple things. One is we have to work to maintain and elect a House and Senate majority to protect and advance our gains. We do not want to go backwards. And so we want to make sure, even though it feels uncomfortable to talk about caucuses, we still have to think about having a long-term strategy, because we can't let the same people represent us in Congress. We got to get some people in Congress that's going to do some work. And from my vantage point, we also must elect a Democratic valued governor. We want to make sure that we got someone in the governor's mansion who's going to support us. And I mentioned this. We know that there's some congressional and other constitutional seats that are up. I just want you to know that it's important for us to think.
Oh God, I'm crooked.
So even though we're in the present,
I'm definitely not
and
straight.
we have to deal with the challenges of the day, but we also have to deal with the future. And how do we make sure we chart a course? And how do we make sure that we create a pathway towards victory? So thank you so very much. Thank you for having me. I got to run, and it's not because I'm bored by the conversation, but it's because I have to go someplace else. So give yourselves a hand for being here. And now we're going to
Bobby Joe Chapman, State Senate.
So thank you so very much. Thank you, Commissioner.
Give it up for President Champion, everybody. And round of applause for Congresswoman Omar's staff who's here. Hi, everyone. I'm Hennepin County Commissioner Irene Fernando, but you can call me Commish. I use your
Hey, Commish.
I'm a very proud Northsider, and I'm a very, very proud child of immigrants. I first want to say what's happening right now in Minnesota.
DEI Minnesota. If you say DEI, I automatically assume you're stupid.
It is
sorry, Jeb.
Unlawful.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeb.
From my perspective, it is unprecedented that we are in this moment.
Brother, like if you think there are tampons in boys' bathrooms in Minnesota, like
There's a
like you're so brainwashed, you're too far gone.
Far, far away from the people.
It's insane.
And only through our democratic systems, through the First Amendment of protest and assembly and voice that everyone has been contributing to, will we be able.
Minnesota is one of our best states. Hands down. Minneapolis, one of our crown jewel cities. You people hate America. Would you leave?
And express that many leaders.
Stop trying to make this place a shithole.
Many of your leaders, we are seeking to strategize how we can ensure that we are protecting every single person's constitutional rights, and that we are pushing back on this encroachment on our civil liberties. So, want to express that. Raise your hand if you're familiar with the differences between county, state, and
This is
city.
Irene Fernando.
Okay.
Fernando.
So I am privileged to represent District 2. There are 7 county commissioners on the 7-person county board. I'm the youngest woman to ever
See, she
serve
checked her privilege.
on the county board. I'm the first
Total
Filipino
DEI.
in the state of Minnesota, and I'm our first board chair of color in 174-year history. And I see the actual person of the hour has arrived, so I will keep it very, very direct. County is primarily here for services. We are the primary government mandated for the vulnerable.
I just wanted to sing Fernando. I'm sorry, Silent.
That's our elderly, it's our children, that's people in need. Our federal reality right now is that they are...
Oh, so Smokey flipped me out. He's just right there all of a sudden.
And housing. And it seems as though they have reprioritized kidnapping, violence.
Exactly, Baba Ganoush.
And so from a Hennepin County perspective, our primary legislative priority is to ensure that we are identifying...
Oh, and you got a cute doggo as your profile pic or your avatar on YouTube.
To stabilize our healthcare system, to continue the public health that the federal government
no respect or love to ICE agents here. I will piss on their
public health
graves.
priorities such as domestic violence and gun violence. Our top priority is for the health and well-being, ensuring that we have the funds to continue the last 5-10 years of really strong work. Hennepin has brought down.
I can tell you all about the riot. I can tell you that the violence in Minneapolis in 2020 was caused by a right-wing group called the Boogaloo Boys. They were prosecuted for it. They're currently serving time.
The mental health resources, both in public safety,
People, welcome in.
as well as with our young people. So we will need everyone's voices coming together to.
MILF, I started broadcasting in vertical, and now YouTube is pushing vertical because I guess they want to compete with TikTok and Twitch and
Every
shit.
single elected official who's up here.
So they're pushing me in the algorithm, and I'm winning big.
Bring up on the stage our very own CD5 Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
Thank you, Commish, and thank you to our Senate President, Bobby Joe Champion. Now I would like to turn it over to your representative, Representative Esther Abaje.
ICE has a job to do, and it's follow the U.S. Constitution 46.
Omar, we really appreciate the invitation and all the work that you're doing for us in Washington. Particularly, you are one of the strongest voices standing up against the lawlessness of this federal government. So thank you. My name is Esther Agbaje. I represent House District 59B in the Minnesota House of Representatives, which is where you are right now. So welcome. Again, as Senator Champion and the commissioner said, I do just want to say thank you to all those who are out there on the front lines, putting your body on the line for our constitutional rights. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing. And then for those of you who are doing the mutual aid, the fundraising, the dropping kids off at school, picking them up, helping your neighbors get to and from doctor's appointments, all of that is seen and necessary, and we thank you so much for the work that you're doing. I was asked to talk today mostly about kind of things that we're working on in this time period.
Dean Brown, like I don't know what to say about you, my friend. You seem like trash to
really
me.
hard with our executive partners in the governor's office to make sure that we are trying to
Mr.
protect
Mayhem,
people in
you
Minnesota. So we're engaged with
seem
them
pretty
all the
stupid.
time. Some of the things that we're talking about that we either want to bring forward as legislation or
Oh no, it's that guy.
before the legislature opens again.
I love your name.
On ensuring that we're protecting the rights of Minnesotans, which is why our Attorney General has filed multiple lawsuits against this federal government to show that they cannot do this overreach that they're doing, that they cannot trample on our First
I'd
Amendment
piss on
rights, our
ice.
Fourth Amendment rights, and our Second Amendment rights. And he's been doing a wonderful job.
When you say quality lyrics in here, which is hilarious.
Temporary restraining.
I pointed that out on stream multiple times. Like as a fucking comedian and somebody who shits on everybody, a fucking daycare center having the sign Quality Lyric Center
Pushing on
is
the
fucking hilarious.
as well to figure out
I
ways
enjoyed that
ensure
to
that
no
people can
end.
stay housed
But
during
you're
this.
just letting
One
a
of
dumb
the
fuck on
fallouts
YouTube tell
from
you
a
what
lot
to
of this
think.
ICE operation
And if it wasn't for
is
that
that people
sign,
are
his
not
video wouldn't have done
People's
gangbusters.
businesses are either shortening their
He didn't
hours
actually
or they're
expose any
closed.
fraud.
And that
We've
makes it
adjudicated
really
that
hard to
case
make
over and
money
over
to be able to
again.
pay rent, pay utilities. A lot of that is getting covered kind of one-on-one through mutual aid, but we know that we need to have a large...
Jeb, hey.
So there's a lot of discussion about whether that takes the form of an eviction.
I've gotten so much use out of this article.
Extending our eviction notice. Right now we have a 14-day eviction notice in the state of Minnesota.
Feds say far-right group coordinated attack on Minneapolis police precinct during protests. Notice the date, October 23rd of 2020.
So those are the types of conversations.
U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Minnesota, and this was Trump's DOJ, and the FBI brought charges against a member of the far-right Boogaloo Boys group for organizing and participating in an effort to incite a riot outside of Minneapolis police precinct in May amid protests against the police killing of George Floyd. Ivan Harrison Hunter, currently serving a
Senator
sentence.
Champion, making sure that federal agents do not wear masks, making sure that
Please get your facts straight.
accountable through a private action to sue. We're also looking at ways to make sure that they don't use chemical irritants in our streets, particularly here on the north side. On the north side, I think.
Oh, I argue with Boogs all the time. They're totally right-wing. Foz, shut the fuck
Tear
up.
gas into our neighborhoods. This is also one of the neighborhoods that has the highest rates of asthma in children in the state of Minnesota. That is detrimental to our health, right? So this is more than just pushing back on ICE, but making sure that we stay and live in a healthy community. And And similarly, we're also looking to make sure that there's more investigative authority in our county systems rather than trying to centralize everything, particularly if we want to be sure that we can get that evidence that we need to prosecute ICE agents. So those are some of the things that we hope to see. Outside of the ICE space, we're working to continue to strengthen many of the laws that we passed in the past couple of years. So things from making sure the African American Family Preservation Act still stands, making sure, yes. That helps.
Oh, it's $9 billion now. Yeah.
Making sure that the tenants' rights laws that we've passed still stay and are still followed by our court system. And then ensuring that workers' rights are protected. We started a nursing home workforce standards board. We want to try to expand that and also solidify that. So those are some of the things you'll see on. And then two things that are really important to me, making sure that housing actually, particularly single-family homes, stays for people and not corporations. So we want to ensure that large investors don't have the ability to just buy up single-family home properties. Again, we've seen it in parts of the suburbs, also on the north side. We want to make sure that those homes are available and at a good price for people to be able to buy their first home if that's what they want, or, build a family in a home. And then finally, we're looking at ways to strengthen our civil rights laws in Minnesota, because we know the federal government continues to erode all of our civil rights at all levels. We want to ensure that in Minnesota, at least your civil rights will be protected here. So those are some of the things you can expect to see in this legislative session, along with many more issues that we're tackling all the time. So thank you for your time. Thank you for the invitation, and look forward to the rest of the conversation this evening.
Thank you, Representative Abaje. And we will.
I protested Obama's immigration policy, Jeb. You people are stupid.
Minneapolis, Latricia Vita, and Pearl Warren.
No, you go. Good evening, everyone. I thought Councilmember Warren and I were going to come up together. How cool would that be? She just started a month ago, so she probably, needs some help. Thank you all so much. Happy to be here. Someone didn't turn the heat down like I requested.
I don't believe you give a shit about criminals because you elected a convicted felon.
In life, right. So thank you so much for having me here, Congresswoman. Thank you to
what was weak, ouch.
I think we've all spent a lot of time.
Did I do something? Please put me in my place.
To come up with the most resources we've been able to. I was asked to talk about whatever I wanted to talk about, so take your coats off. I got a lot. There's a lot going on in 2 minutes. No.
Take off your pants and jacket.
First thing is, I'm sure you all have seen the news. I was in conversations with the mayor yesterday. He had a conversation with the president, and it looks like we're going to get some relief in some of the agents being taken out of Minneapolis. I don't know what that number is. The mayor could not give me a count of what that number was, but he feels good. I felt like we were having a really good conversation and a confident one about some of the agents leaving the state. And so I am going to check in with him. I know that he had a meeting today with the border czar. I was busy with Ward 4 issues. I saw a few Ward 4 residents in here taking care of Ward 4 residents. We're handling things. So I don't know where we are yet, but I will check in, and I'm pretty sure the mayor and all of us will be reporting those things on our social media or whatever channels we have. Lastly, I don't know how many people are Northsiders here. I want to leave with. Okay, there's a lot of us. If you're from the North Side, Miss Anita, I hear you. If you're from the North Side, we've been dealing with a dumping issue over here. And
North
so one of the
Side.
things that I wanted to report back that we're working on is Councilmember Warren and I are working on how we help our businesses who get what we've seen over the years is a lot of first-tier suburbs who don't have the same type of trash removal that we have in Minneapolis, typically dump their stuff in North Minneapolis. And we don't like it. We're not a dumping ground for trash in the
Oh, okay, carry on.
And so it is something
Just making sure I'm checking myself.
So the night that Representative Abaje talked about that they were setting off the smoke bombs and stuff in North Minneapolis, the incident we had with the man being shot by ICE, the next morning I woke up, and when I got back to Lindale Avenue, the streets were filled with trash. And the reason why the streets were filled with trash is because the field adjacent to that had been a dumping ground. And so agitators went and dumped all the just strolled. This is a neighborhood. This is where people live. People had already experienced so much trauma the night before. I was lucky that Public Works got out there early and cleaned it up, but it's a serious issue in North Minneapolis. And Councilmember Warren and I are already working on policies to protect us from dumping. It's a huge cost that's associated with that for businesses, especially businesses that already question if they should open up in North Minneapolis. So we're working hard to figure out policy and procedure for relief for the dumping, not only from residents, but also businesses. One morning I got a call, someone said,
This is Latricia
get out of my
Vetwa.
alley. There are 300 tires in my
Vetwa.
alley.
Vetwa?
And I said, what kind of strange prank call is this about 300 tires? So me and my team, Wyatt and Maggie, they're somewhere in the room. They're here. We went to go see 300 tires at the end of an alley. Believe it or not, it's not the only time we've seen this dumping. 40 mattresses we got a call one day from a area.
Mr. Mayhem, that is fucking
10 minutes later, 40 mattresses.
the right wing encapsulized right there. Remember her name and then completely misspells it, butchers it.
Welcoming. And so Councilmember
Lacon Rayleigh.
We get rid of the dumping in North Minneapolis. Thank you.
Just the absurdity of it. Like, you would be a great parody account, but I'm pretty sure you're sincere.
How you beautiful people doing? Make some noise for yourselves. Thank you to my partnered elected officials. It warms my heart to be here as a newly elected official and be in the presence of community. As your new representative and council member for Ward 5, I am taking this time to focus primarily on constituent services. That is a lot of what I
This
heard
is Pearl
from a lot of the
Warren.
residents. So as council
She's a city council member in Minneapolis.
you, the servitude within the community is my primary priority right at this time. Establishing, building, and restoring those relationships and faith within your representative for the 5th Ward here.
But
I know
that
we have a few of
89% number is bullshit, and that's not even the claim that idiot-ass right-wingers are
to
making.
me. I know our hearts are heavy with a lot of the things that are happening.
At least I want communist.
A major part
You can't even spell communist.
Someone that you can talk to and that will pick up the phone when you call, that's going to answer those calls and bring you a sense of security
Are you having a stroke?
around things that affect your day-to-day needs, and I'm here for it. So I want to thank you all so much for coming out today. My senior policy aide, Rachel Hudson, is here. I do have cards if you want to reach out, but call, and I will answer, and do the best that I can to serve you during these difficult times. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.
In the 5th, we oftentimes talk about how
Yeah, it's not the fraud, it's the Somali part.
together, and I am really delighted for the showing from local electeds who represent the constituents that we get to represent on a federal level. I want to start by recognizing the fact that on January 24th, ICE agents murdered another member of our community. Alex Jeremy Preddy was an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA. He was an avid outdoorsman.
Now it's 18 billion.
He was an incredibly compassionate person who cared for others countlessly. This is what he appeared to be doing just before being murdered, protecting another observer that was being attacked by ICE agents. Alex's murder by federal agents was not accidental or isolated. We witnessed this during the murder of Renee Good by federal agents. ICE's reckless and lawless actions have taken a mother from 3 children, a partner from a wife, and inflicted unfathomable pain on our community. Similar to Alex and Renee, they were exercising their First Amendment right, an act that this administration has deemed a capital offense. Renee Good should be alive. Alex Preddy should still be alive. Please, let's take a moment of silence for Alex and Renee. Thank you. My deepest condolences go out to Alex and Renee's family, friends, and everyone who knew and loved them. We will not stop fighting until we achieve real justice and accountability. The level of violence, federal overreach, lawlessness carried out in the name of immigration enforcement is unprecedented. U.S. citizens are being assaulted and detained. Minnesotans are expected to carry their citizenship papers. People are dying in ICE custody. This administration has reduced any semblance of due process, sending people out of state to prevent them from having legal representation. Doors are being broken down without judicial warrants. Chemical irritants, pepper balls, flashbangs are being used without a second thought. DHS is thriving in secrecy, obscuring the conditions my constituents are being held in. This is not the America we know. This is not the America we love. Every Minnesotan has a right to feel safe and welcomed. Earlier this month, I co-led a hearing with Representative Chaya Paul on Trump's deadly assault on Minnesota. We welcomed 27 members of Congress to hear from witnesses on what has been happening on the ground and raise the alarm. Trump and his paramilitary immigration enforcement will not get away with their unlawful attacks on our state. The Constitution is on our side, and we will fight every single day to defend it. As it's been said, real justice and accountability starts with full, transparent investigation and legal action against ICE, followed by the abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Whoa! What?
I don't know.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue.
No. Ilhan, you need to go get checked. No,
we will continue. These fucking assholes are not going to get away with it.
Goddamn right. I love her. Someone just tried to attack her.
That's whatever it is smells so bad. She needs to go get checked. I don't know what that was.
That's what they want. Please don't let them come.
It's not about him, Ilhan. Ilhan, it's not about him. It's about your safety. No, he sprayed something.
Wow.
You need to go get checked.
Someone just tried to attack Ilhan Omar.
We're going to keep talking. Just give me 10 minutes. Just give me 10 minutes. I beg you. Please don't let them have the show. 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 Here is the reality that people like this ugly man don't understand. We are Minnesota strong, and we will stay resilient in the face of whatever they might throw at us. Everybody settle down. I'm going to finish my remarks. It is important for me to continue to lead my Democratic colleagues in demanding her resignation. And like I said, if she does not resign, we are going to introduce articles of impeachment. This moment in U.S. history, and particularly in Minnesota, requires all of us to be working together to preserve our democracy. When we say we are going to put our lives on the line for what is our right, we mean that.
Someone tried to attack Representative Ilhan Omar, and I have a lot of people in the YouTube chat
a Homeland Security
being
funding
extremely
bill that
hateful
includes
pieces of shit.
$28 billion for ICE and Border Patrol. I refuse to greenlit funding for a rogue agency that ICE escalates violence, operates above the law, and opposes our most basic freedoms. I've already stated tonight, ICE is shooting people in broad daylight, beating up teenagers, spraying tear gas on peaceful protesters, ripping people out of their cars and homes without warrant, racially profiling people based on their accent, taking kids from schools and abducting people, shipping them far away detention camps with brutal conditions and no due process. We cannot treat this as business as usual. That's why I led the entire Congressional Progressive Caucus in opposing this bill. And we as a caucus adopted an official position, and now we have gotten all of the Democratic senators to agree to that position and hold ICE accountable. But this president's lawlessness does not stop with ICE and border enforcement.
I asked Curiouser to
We
go
are seeing
clean up
how
YouTube
he's
chat.
threatening Greenland and Venezuela and Iran and Cuba and Colombia.
Yeah, Odin, I'm working on it.
He has already taken lives in the Caribbean, and we wanted to pass a war powers resolution to hold him accountable. We are hoping for our Republican colleagues to grow a backbone and come on the right side of history. The last DC update I will mention before I take questions from you is that the House took up legislation.
And she is still going to take questions. She is a badass. All you motherfuckers putting her down in chat, she is a better person than all of you put together.
Boundary waters to mining development. The Boundary Waters is the most visited wilderness in the U.S. It features peaceful, remote areas, one of the world's largest dark sky sanctuaries, and it is home to unique ecosystems, including several endangered species. And my beautiful children go hiking there and canoeing, and so it is personal to me to preserve it, not just as Minnesotan, but as a mom. Many of my colleagues here, especially Councilwoman Warren, mentioned the fact that constituent work is the backbone of what we do as your representatives. And it is no different because we are your liaison for the federal government. Our staff can please raise their hand if they're in the room. These people work for you. We can be a crucial line of advocacy for our constituents who are experiencing issues with the federal government, like irregularities, delays, and emergencies. Although it is a difficult environment we are working in right now, our duty remains the same. My district office phone
DJ Dub, did I mod? Yeah, you're modded on YouTube.
To 9 p.m.
If you could go over there for just a minute and take care of a few of the overt
ICE is
racists.
unique and narrow, but we can help with
I'd
locating
appreciate
an
it.
individual detained by ICE if they are not appearing in a detainee located system within 48 hours. Inquiring on urgent medical issues to ensure an individual is receiving appropriate medical treatment.
Please.
Ensuring an individual's attorney or loved ones are able
If you're
to
just
communicate
joining
with
us,
them.
Representative
And
Ilhan
importantly, our
Omar
office
was
cannot provide legal advice
just
or
attacked by somebody at this town hall.
whether we can help
Like the
with this
badass
specific
she
issue,
is, she decided to
contact my
continue
office at
and said those fuckers are not going to win.
612-333-1272. I'll repeat that again, 612-333-1272. and we will review whatever detail you want us to review.
Physically attacked.
We have worked on.
She has some sort of chemical on her,
like Social Security, immigration,
and they tried to get her to leave, and she
healthcare,
wouldn't.
and more. Our team has returned more than $4.8 million to our constituents, businesses, and organizations in the district. Like I said, we might not be able to solve every problem, but we will definitely make sure we do everything that we can to try. Lastly, I want to congratulate a winner of something fun that we do in Congress, which is last year's congressional.
Seriously, what a badass she is. We'll show the clip after
challenge is intended to
this town hall wraps up.
In grades 6 through 12 to create innovative apps that address real-life issues in our community. I am pleased to announce that my office selected. It's a hard name. Okay. People say I have a hard name, but oh my goodness. Okay. Vet Bastodkar and his app, Brett Head, as the winner of the 2025 competition. Vet's app is youth-centered personal finance app built to challenge the culture of instant gratification through reflection and accountability. Fed is a sophomore at the Blake School in Minneapolis. He is Gnome must resign or face impeachment. I don't know. I need a napkin to know nothing. Oh yeah, say it. MPHS Secretary Kristi Gnome must resign.
Yeah, my name is
or
Ved
face
Bastodkar,
impeachment.
VEDBASTODKAR.
You made it sound a lot easier.
I mean, I say it every day, right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Is this his? No. All right, with that, we'll take questions. I learned at a young age you don't give in to threats. You look them in the face and you stand strong. They pick the wrong person every day. Where's your mic? Right here.
I do not know the level of Congress. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I do not know the level of power Congress has over ICE, but is there anything you as representative could make efforts to try and lead to the arrest of Jonathan Ross and the multiple ICE officers that killed Alex earlier this week?
They were CBP, not ICE. Yeah, I mean, the law enforcement with the Department of Homeland Security, obviously there are investigations, even if the federal government has chosen not to fully comply in having a transparent investigation. I know Keith Ellison's office, our Attorney General. I know that our district attorney, Mary Moriarty, others have already started the investigations. And, you know, as Keith reminds us every single day, murder is not something that has a statute of limitation. And so regardless of what these people think, we're going to make sure that they are held accountable in every way that we can.
Hi. There's so many ways to help. And one of the things I was thinking of is we have our own MPD that is stretched so thin. Is there anything that we can do to help them? I mean, could we bring in snacks to the office? You know, just anything that might help them feel better or appreciated. And along those lines, we also have the National Guard.
Don't bootlick the local cops just because you don't like the feds.
We could apply that to them as well. You know, showing up with coffee, or is there something we can do?
You know, I will say one thing that ICE has succeeded in doing is make Minneapolis residents love Minneapolis police. and have I say that with the utmost respect. That's only thing that they have succeeded in doing. No, it's been beautiful.
Clinically, did you just get here because somebody tried to attack Ilhan Omar and like the badass she
People at
is?
Whipple,
She continued to
in
speak.
which you can show your gratitude. I think, what has been the most important piece for all of us is, one, to remain united. Two, not to just feel grateful for those who are out there, but to feel grateful for everyone who is out there, because Minnesotans are showing up for one another in ways that people didn't expect, and we are showing the country and the world what real solidarity looks like. And we should be goddamn proud of ourselves for that.
Goddamn proud of
So
themselves.
yes, whether you are showing up to say thank you to protesters and people who are documenting, or saying thank you to those that are keeping the peace, whether it is the sheriff's office or MPD, I would encourage it. I would.
Yes, we do, Mr. Elwood. Would you like to volunteer to be a mod?
Well, yes. Obviously, you wanna make sure they're not scared that you're trying to poison them or something. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll take one right here.
I'm just curious. We've seen now multiple cities be invaded by ICE, and it seems as though they've left. Right, LA, Portland. Do we have any sort of understanding of what their Is there a quota that they have to meet or a certain time? How can we grasp when they could potentially leave when their whatever objective has been fulfilled?
So what we do know now is that there is some agreement, we don't have the full details, that Border Patrol will leave. It is my understanding, you mentioned being overwhelmed, there's 4,000, 5,000 of federal law enforcement that has besieged not just our city but our state. And so it is my understanding that those that are tasked to control the border, exercising the 100-mile rule for Minneapolis, at least will leave. And the timeline was today, so they might have already gone. I saw reporting about 800 of them have already left. And so we'll be tracking that to see how many more of them leave. Generally, the way ICE used to operate.
Like, you dumbasses in the YouTube chat realize she has done nothing wrong, right? You're just racist.
Corrections Department clarify this. You've seen Hennepin County talk about
You're like, why hasn't she been arrested? Because she's done nothing wrong.
One is that someone
You're just
has been
idiots.
adjudicated. They were arrested for a crime. If their crime is a felony and they were not a U.S. citizen, oftentimes they would finish their sentence because they committed the crime against us and we want them held accountable. And then once their sentence ends, the corrections would call and say, we have someone being released at this time, on this day, in the next week or month. And they basically turn them over in the parking lot. Now, that person obviously has the right to ask for, a judge to prolong the time they're here, to contest their removal. Sometimes you hear these stories of people who've been green card holders for,
Mr. Rager, if you think I'm the second dumbest fuck on the internet, I'll take that as a compliment.
Those removals take a long time, but they are in ICE detention as they're going.
Somali pirate sounds cool,
We also
Mario.
used to have before, maybe 6-7 months ago, law that said you couldn't indefinitely detain people if they did not have an actual crime that they were being detained for. And we know that immigration in itself, a violation of immigration is not a crime in itself. So the other way, which is kind of what they're saying they're doing now, which is not the way it's supposed to be done, normally the way it gets done is that you have an order of removal for someone, and you try to find out where that person might be. You do surveillance, you talk to, known people to them, you find their previous employment, you find a way. And then they do those raids early in the morning, 6 a.m., where people are not really out, trying to find the person in that home or in that business that they thought they might be in. And so we do know that the way that this is being carried out, and you've seen the incidents in where, they're literally jumping out of a car or breaking a car window or trying to get into somebody's space.
You keep saying several people conved of fraud donated to Omar.
And
you voted for a guy who was convicted of fraud.
We are known to have in our cities. Those are the kind of tactics we're known to have cities outside of the United States where people are brutalized. And so that's why we've been so opposed to it. We'll do right there.
Her $25 million worth comes from marrying a guy that was worth $25 million, who is not her brother, because you guys just believe the dumbest shit ever because you're racist idiots.
I'm just so proud that you're our representative, so thank you. And I'm just wondering, what can we do to maybe get some of your colleagues to have the same fire you have? It's really incredibly disheartening to see folks saying we need body cams on ICE or just more training. That's
Kip,
really
the idea that she
discouraging.
stole $9 billion from Minnesota
folks
is just
follow
so
your
absurd
lead.
on
So
its
what can we do
face.
to
It's not even funny,
pressure on
but you don't realize how absurd the claim is.
I think we're
You
seeing
continue
that,
to run with it
certainly
because you're an
for
idiot.
My Democratic colleagues here that represent
Bone, you're a
all,
cockroach.
Collectively have felt like the way that we are being terrorized and the fact that there aren't guardrails for there to be justice and accountability reminds them of the fact that many of us have been saying this since ICE was created. When it was with DOJ, there was more accountability. This version of it that we've now had to live with for a little over 20 years is not a version that allows for respect for our constitutional rights. And so I think they're doing it to themselves. They're showing.
Yeah, you can ban all those, DJ Dub.
The mistake that they made in voting for their existence, in voting to give them money, because what they are doing is just so blatant.
An Islamist called in last night, and I
So
mocked the
just
shit out of
sharing.
him for his religious fundamentalism. But I also said I don't like it from Christians
I didn't know
either.
if you were protesting. I didn't know if you were saying don't call on her.
I would like to say that I am very proud of you as a representative, and I am so glad that you are our leader. And I want to ask something on a very personal note. I'm an immigrant. I came from the Philippines.
Did you comment on YouTube for me, Mr.
I
Elwood?
went and got everything that I was supposed to do. And I actually lived through the EDSA revolution. And I felt that if I could make it to the United States, I would be okay. At this moment, we didn't know how it was going to turn out, but we made a pledge, the Filipinos, that we would be there for each other. And I have seen you Minnesotans do the very same thing. And I'm very proud of you. And it is my honor to be with you. I'm asking on a very personal note. Some people, specifically me, some people did not go to their SNAP renewal. Some people didn't renew their medical.
Aww.
Because
Rome, welcome in. I'll catch you up here in a moment.
I won't be able to go home. And I have my certificate of naturalization. And the interview is supposed to be in person, but I don't know if I can make it back home. So my question is, this is some people, which is specifically me. And I didn't want to go because I'm not well behaved. And I'm not sure who would bail me out for causing good trouble.
I would.
So is there a way for us to submit papers? Is there a way for us? I know there's protocol, there's regulations, but where I'm supposed to go?
Yeah.
And I can't outrun them. So I don't know. So if there's
You're modded. You might have to refresh.
to do interviews, not in person. So I'm just asking. So I would like to have SNAP benefits. I would like to have medical.
Yeah, I hear you.
So that's my question, and I just want to ask. It's not just me. There's several of us.
And you live.
No, I appreciate you, friend.
Okay, all right. Then I know where you live. Okay. They're just wondering if you're in a different area than. So, you know what? I have been in the United States a month short of 30. That is 90% of the amount of time that I've been alive. So I know people talk about me in Somalia. I don't know any home the way I know this home. And so I do feel a strong sentiment towards immigrants that find home in the United States. And I know that even though I'm a congresswoman, you know, even though I'm
Yes, Mr. Elwood, that's true. All
because I don't
the chuddy comments are coming from the vertical stream.
to provide, and I know that in some cases that hasn't been enough. But to answer your question, is that there are mobile vehicles that you can schedule where they will come and do the interview in a place where you're comfortable to be able to take those interviews. And so check in with your caseworker and let them know how vulnerable you feel. I will also say, you know, again, Minnesotans, we're just amazing. There's so many mutual aid opportunities where people might be able to help you out in other ways as well. You know, people talk a lot about illegal immigration and criminals. But what this enforcement has truly done is frighten actual citizens and documented neighbors.
Ouch, I would, but I don't want you to be too heavy-handed.
The mothers and fathers that are afraid to drop
I
them
was
off.
very, Mr. Elwood knows exactly what I'm looking for.
Caramel Mall, they're all citizens. But they don't want the trauma of seeing men with heavy machine guns because that is who they escaped to come to the United States. They don't want to go through a checkpoint because that is what they escaped to come to the United States. They don't want a gun drawn on them asking for their identification because that's what they escaped to come to the United
Todd, like you're telling me that I love thieves and you literally elected a man convicted of fraud.
Communicate
It's insane.
to people because they just don't understand how terrifying it is, one, for just the average person who has never seen this level of weaponization. But it is also severely debilitating and triggering for people who have had machine guns drawn at them at a young age and who thought their only salvation was to find a country like ours, where they never have to worry about that because there's a constitution. It's known for its liberty and freedoms. And so
She's literally talking about what she loves about
we
America.
find ourselves in. But if we know anything about U.S. history, is that everything is temporary. And we will find our way out of this. So thank you all.
Great job. That was Representative Ilhan Omar, who got attacked during her speech. Wrapping up a town hall. Gonna see if C-SPAN cuts back to a host and does a recap, or if I'm gonna have to do it myself. What has she lied about,
On
Mad
Wednesday,
Rush?
Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Like, it's so weird. Like, right-wingers will just say shit. They won't have any basis for the things they say. They got no backing argument. I can't come to any conclusion other than you're just racist. You see strong brown woman and she intimidates you. And the fact that after she was attacked, that she refused to be intimidated. This is the attack earlier.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. Fucking asshole. I don't know.
Oh my God, he sprayed something on her.
I need a napkin to know nothing. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment. Fucking asshole. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Her people, her bodyguard, her staff tried to get her to leave. And she said she wouldn't let the fucking assholes win. She already had my respect, but 10 times more after tonight.
And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Rome Silver, that is a loaded question. There's a lot going on in the United States. We're currently trying to fight off a fascist regime and his brutalized police force. Brother, like, deport this hoe and all her pirate bunch of pirates. You're an idiot. I don't know that Trump took a bullet. He said he was missing part of his ear earlier, but I can't tell. We've all seen his ear. She's a million times braver than Trump. Joe Johnson, if you would like to talk to me, 917-830-4359. Please tell me, like, exactly what did she do? What is your hatred stem from? Is she your congressperson? I'm sure a lot of people in chat aren't represented by Ilhan Omar, so why would you have this visceral hatred of a woman who's not even your congressperson? If you don't like her policy, she doesn't represent you. So what would it matter? Starlight, Kenzai, welcome in. Like, explain it to me. Okay, Billy Bob, whatever you say. I have another hit of your crack pipe.
I was on crack.
Right. Well,
I love the people insulting my intelligence while not even being able to type a cogent sentence. Mad Rush, she got rich from marrying a guy that was worth like $25 million. Amber, can you tell me how she hates America? I have a video with a guy who called in. He told me he was a Christian man. He tried to be all nice and respectful. He prayed for me. But he kept telling me that Ilhan Omar hates America, but couldn't actually specify a reason why he thought she hates America. So I can't come to any conclusion, but it's just pure racism. Cars. She married a man worth that much. You're asking how she went from a net worth of a few $1,000s to tens of millions. She married a guy worth that much. It's literally that simple. You can look it up. Like, this right-wing media brainwashed you so bad. Like, you've all got to be spouting the same bullshit that's been disproven. She didn't marry your brother. Like, why? Why don't you guys have an intellectual curiosity? Why are you focused on some woman who's not your representative? When did she say she doesn't like America? That never happened. Like, why do you people lie? Cool Ed. I like your name. You got a cool name. He was worthless than she was. I have no idea what that means. What do I think of his? I don't like any religion. I think all organized religion is a cancer on society. You're saying I'm brainwashed, but I can show you the facts. I'm assuming you're consuming right-wing media and letting them lie to you. Would anybody like to have a conversation with me? 917-830-4359. You're all just cowards, aren't you? Let's go to the longer clip that C-SPAN's put up of, hopefully it has her cussing out the dude that attacked her. We were just watching a town hall from Minneapolis with Representative Ilhan Omar, and she was attacked with some sort of chemical. Uh-oh. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, what's going on? You told me to call you guys on this number.
Absolutely. What's going on, my friend?
I don't think this is a fair or truthful.
Can you turn down your stream?
Well, I won't be able to hear it.
You're hearing me through the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I want to hear the stream too, because this is what we're talking about, right?
Well, yeah, but like, I'm hearing myself on delay behind you.
Oh, okay. Well, I turned it down now.
Yeah, perfect. You sound amazing. What's going on, my friend?
Well, thank you. Good to you. Huh? I didn't hear the last part.
What's going on, my friend?
Oh, not much. I just don't think this is a fair podcast.
What do you mean fair?
I know for a fact that 99% of what this guy on here is saying is not true.
When you say this guy, you mean me?
Is that you?
The guy with the blue bandana and the cats behind him?
Yeah, is that you? Yeah, I know for a fact that you're not telling the truth.
What am I not telling the truth about?
First off, have you ever watched the movie Pirates of Somalia? That movie or whatever?
No.
See? Well, I suggest you do that, and then you come back.
Was that one of those Dinesh D'Souza movies?
I didn't hear you, sir.
Was that one of those Dinesh D'Souza movies?
I don't know what you're saying is.
Is that Dinesh D'Souza? Is that who made that movie?
I don't know.
I don't know the movie you're referring to, but if you're getting, have you ever been to Somalia?
Have you ever been to Somalia?
Have you ever been to Somalia?
I asked you first, sir.
But have you?
That's not the issue. I'm asking you if you have.
Well, no,
you're the one that's speaking about this stuff.
No, I haven't. Well, what am I not telling the truth about?
I have not either.
Okay, so why would it matter if I'd been to Somalia or not?
See, all your people in here sounds like you don't know much, Carlos. All that stuff. Okay, well, let's do it this way. Who shot Charlie Kirk, and why shouldn't he be a martyr? And everything that was done to Martin Luther King was done to Charlie Kirk. If I'm so stupid now, I see how stupid this is, because you guys don't know anything. Charlie Kirk is one of the greatest individuals that ever lived on this planet, and he's been brushed aside like he's trash.
What did Charlie Kirk do that was so great?
Oh my God! Freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Thank
you, Lord.
Charlie Kirk invented freedom of speech?
No, but he sure stood up for it, and he allowed everybody else to speak. And you guys are shooting a narrative that's completely untrue. And all this dumb, I see all that, how they talk about people. Now,
Brother.
on the right side, hold on. If everybody on the right side talk to people like that and throw barricades up in the road and attack ICE and everything else, and ICE is one of the best things America has, because America is the greatest country on the earth. And people want to downgrade it and beat up people with flags on their hoodies. No, this is America.
Fuck yeah, America. Fuck yeah, brother. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, fuck yeah.
There's a woman and there's a man. There's two sexes. And if you're so stupid that you think you can go get your thing cut off and be a woman, hey, go cut it off, then there's that much less stupid people in the world, because you can't appropriate.
Keep going. Keep telling me about it, man. Give me what for.
You're a liar.
You're on a roll. What am I lying about? Please, go on. Preach it, brother.
Everything I've said, you commented on or have an opinion on that you're completely wrong.
Have I talked about Charlie Kirk or gender since you have been watching my stream?
Do you believe that Charlie Kirk should be a martyr?
No.
Okay. Have a good day.
Why do you think Charlie Kirk should be a martyr?
Because he's done everything, speak up for people. He's tried to do everything he could.
My friend, you're getting very upset.
And everybody wants to shut him down and treat him like he got murdered for speaking. That's why.
You're getting very upset.
No, I speak according to the topic. I'm not upset. I've got completely control on me, and that's another trick of the left wingers. They want, you need mental health or something like that. That's what I've seen a whole bunch of these people say. No, I have complete control of my faculties. Just because you can't understand them, that's your fault. You need to go get mental health.
What do you believe about 9/11?
That's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with it.
No, I want your opinions.
American people died on there. The police department people died on 9/11. American people. And I believe that whoever did these crimes should deserve what they get. And if you put your hands on police in any way, they can do whatever they want. This is America. So you got people up in Minnesota standing in front of cars and organizing against ICE. Who sets that up? Of course there's people doing that.
You think people...
protesters.
Do you think I'm getting paid
that's a joke.
Do you think I'm getting paid
I didn't say you. I said protesters. See, you're just trying to put a twist on a narrative.
No, I'm not. Brother, I'm not trying to put a twist on a narrative.
I know I'm right because I'm still on this conversation with you. And you're
because you're fucking hilarious, man.
All these people saying stuff. You're not making no comment to them because you know I'm right. If anything, and that guy that found all that fraud, that little young dude, that's one of the smartest people on this planet.
Nick Shirley.
Yeah.
He's one of the smartest people on the planet.
Yes. And one of the bravest, because watch, now the left's going to go after him, and watch, he'll be the next one shot and murdered. I suggest him get some security, or he'll end up like Charlie Kirk.
Were you a Charlie Kirk fan before he was shot?
I never even heard him until after he was shot, and then I started listening to him.
But you think he's the greatest man ever?
No, I didn't say that.
You did, actually.
No, I did not. I said he should be martyred. I don't believe Martin Luther King is the greatest man on the planet either. I think there's a bunch of other people like Shaq. He's an awesome motherfucker.
Shaq. Okay, so we should replace Martin Luther King Day with Shaq Day.
Hey, that's fine. Whatever you want to make jokes about. You look at Shaq. He's done a lot for the community.
I mean, I'm not a Shaq hater or anything.
And he hugs them. He bends down and takes care of that little white kid.
What
That's
white kid?
You've never seen none of the. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No.
Shaq is a good man.
Did you watch The Blind Side? That's not Shaq.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what a blind side is, except walking up. That's a left winger thing, walking up behind people and sucker punching. Is that what you're talking about? Blind side?
No.
Now, have I watched the show? Exactly. I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you like wrestling?
Get in there to change the narrative.
Do you like wrestling?
Get in there to change the narrative.
Do you like wrestling?
No.
Oh. What do you do for fun? Do you like sports?
What I do for fun? I'm dying of congestive heart failure. I've got a diabetes. That's what I do for fun. I try to stay alive. I believe in life. It's funny, ain't it?
That's not funny at all. I can't. But you had to come at me with that. That is the way you said. Okay.
You asked me what I do for fun. That's fun to me. Trying to stay alive. That's
I
what
asked you what you do for fun, and you're like, I'm dying of heart failure.
Yeah. That's what I do for fun. I stay alive. And that's funny. Ain't it? Not consider, but you're considered that transgender.
This is amazing.
You're considered that illegal alien, aren't you? It's so funny. You want to see our country taken over by other countries, but it's so funny, huh?
I want to see our country taken over by other countries.
That's a lie.
No. I wish England would take us back and we could be a monarchy. I'm down with being under King Charles now.
Who's King? Fuck that.
You don't know who King Charles is?
Yeah, I know who King Charles is. You came from so far away because you're trying to change the narrative. And I'm not going to do that.
What narrative am I trying to change?
What it is, you're a liar.
What narrative am I trying to change? I'm laughing.
And look, I'm getting my job done because look how much time I'm consuming of your time, huh?
I'm really sorry you're dying of congenital heart failure and diabetes. Is that what you said? I like you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's not consensual, trust me. I know you're a liar. I've seen you.
Oh, you wouldn't fuck me is what you're saying.
Oh, my God. So you're a queer?
On the weekends, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, only on the weekends.
Have you ever read a Bible? Of course you don't. You don't believe in no religion.
Do you believe in Jesus?
Of course I do. Do you believe in the Bible? Of course you don't, because you don't believe in no religion.
No, I don't believe in no religion. But tell me, why do you believe in Jesus?
That's entirely your opinion, and you're welcome to have that. But you're not going to sit there and make fun of me because of mine. That's not fair. Okay, let's make fun of the transgenders and the queers.
I'm not making fun of you, brother.
What kind of rights are their rights being taken away from them? None. You can't say any.
Well, you got upset about Charlie Kirk.
Wait.
Did you know that?
Wait. Name one. Name one right that's being taken away from the transgenders, or the queers, or the LGBTQ, lesbian, all that. Name one right.
Well, you're just trying to take away their right to exist, like, being able to go to a public bathroom or being able to participate in sports. You're trying to force them back.
You're a liar.
Access to health care.
Everybody has rights. A male has rights. A female has rights. Everybody has rights. No rights are being trying to take away from anybody.
Will you calm down? I don't want you to have a heart attack and die on my stream since you have congenital heart failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please
You're a
calm.
liar.
No, I'm not. I care about you, bro.
are.
So I want you to.
You're a liar.
Please.
Trust me, I have complete control of me. Don't worry about me because you've already showed that you don't worry about this nation.
Please,
This
please.
is America.
Calm down for a moment, okay?
No.
My name is Justin. What's your name?
I go by Donald Trump backer.
You mean like Donald Trump sucker or something, right?
See, you're trying to make jokes. I said Donald.
Well, I was trying
backer.
to be genuine and ask you what your name was because I want.
You're trying to sell a funny joke narrative that's bullshit.
No, because if you told me your real
lives
name,
are on the line, dude. This is what you're playing with. You think that's funny?
my friend.
You're inciting riots. You're inciting stuff by your narrative.
If you and I were to exchange our name, my name is Justin. If you were to tell me your name, it's a lot harder for you to yell at me, and we can be friends.
I'm not yelling. I'm speaking appropriately.
No, you're
said
not.
At the very first of this call, you said that you couldn't hear. I'm making sure you can hear me, and your people that's listening can hear me.
We hear perfectly fine, my friend. You can calm down.
This is people dying, and you're selling a false narrative because you're lying.
Who's dying?
You are. Alex Petty, isn't that his name?
Yes.
Renee Good.
Alex Petty and Renee Good. Yes.
People are not backing their police force and turning war against them, putting their hands on them, getting in front of their vehicles, not letting the police do their job. You think it's right for millions of people to come in? Okay, let's let a million illegal immigrants. Let's just invite the cartel up here. And while we're at it, let's get Putin's boys over here. Gino in here? Come on. Use your head.
Are you going to have a conversation?
Are you really that stupid?
Can you tell me your name so we can have a conversation?
I already told you I go by Donald.
That's
Trump
not your real
Backer.
name, my friend. Give me your real names. Drop the bullshit.
Okay, so transgender can go by whatever they want to, but I can't go by what I want to. See how unfair you are? I am known as Donald Trump Backer. If you don't like
that's what's on your driver's license.
Huh?
That's what's on your driver's license. Donald Trump Backer.
Okay, so that translator that has a male on their driver's license, I still have to call her a female. By your
Do you know any trans people?
What?
Do you know any trans people?
Listen, you're flip flopping.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to get to the heart. Have you ever met a trans person?
Talking about. I'm telling you that you believe, or you're telling these people that it's okay to call a male a woman. And
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that at all.
You want what's on a driver's license, and when the male's on the driver's license, that means she's a male, or it's a male, or he's a male, or they or them. I don't care about the pronouns. That's a lie. But it's okay. You want my name that's on my driver's license. I go by Donald Trump Backer. That's not okay, right? I can't do that.
Okay, I kind of want to go the other way and try to make you have a heart attack on stream because it'd be funny at this point.
You're getting rid of me now because you can't win because you're wrong. You're a liar.
What did I lie about?
You just lied.
About?
You say it's okay. You say it's okay for trans to be a woman, but then
I didn't say anything about trans people. I asked you if you knew a trans person.
And I'm trying to get you to answer a question, so you haven't answered yet. How is it okay for that M on that driver's license stands for male, and it, she, they, him, it identifies as a woman?
Brother, I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I can't go by Donald Trump Backer, right? I can't identify how I want to.
Let me come at this from a different way. The reason I was asking your name is because I want to get to know you on a personal level. That way we're not yelling at each other, and that we can actually understand where each other is coming from.
Let me do this then. I understand what you're saying. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I want to be cool with
won't
you
yell.
because you
I
seem you
won't
seem
yell,
you
and
seem
I
cool.
will talk. Listen. I won't yell. I will talk to you in this manner right here. If you call me Donald Trump backer.
Okay, Donald Trump backer. I will call you that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, now we got that done. What would you like to talk about, sir?
Okay, you're very angry about a lot of different issues that right-wing media tends to push. It's immigrants and transgender people, but like, do you know a transgender person?
Justin, all of it connected to the same thing.
Like what?
The Democrat, the left, the Democrat, the illegal aliens, the transgender. It's all.
Brother, I'm the left, dude. I'm just a cool dude over here smoking pot, and I want you to have health care and education.
Yeah, so does Republicans. So what?
No, they don't.
I have great health care. I have great health care.
Are you on Medicare?
That's none of your business.
You're on a government form of health care, aren't you? You VA?
No. That's none of your business.
Well, you said you had great health care, but so I know you're not.
I do have great health
So
care.
I know you don't have private insurance.
And so listen, by your standard just right there, okay? Hold on. Let me make my point, and then I'll listen to yours. By your standards right there, you said I'm on Medicare or something.
Not to judge you.
Hold on.
Not to judge you, to tell you that's a program that Democrats
gave.
gave you and that Republicans want to take away from you.
That's not true.
That's absolutely
That's not
true.
true. I bet you $100. I'll bet you $100 that I have the same health care I have now until the day I die.
Oh yeah, they'll probably grandfather people in. Like if you're already on Medicare, they're going to grandfather you in. And you pretty much just admitted you are on some form of government-run health care, and you got good health care, so congrats.
No, I did not. And don't put words in my mouth. I said that was all example. And I said that clearly. Look back, and not the word example, but I said let's do it this way. No, don't put words in my mouth because that's all you do is you try to change narrative.
Well, you won't answer my question, so
I'm not going to tell you about my personal. You say we want to be friends. That's the same thing the police say. Hey, come up to your car and be all nice.
So you don't like the cops?
Yeah, I love the cops.
Okay, but you just said the cops will trick you into incriminating yourself.
I don't care if I like them or not. See, that's where you're trying to do stuff. I do support law enforcement, but that doesn't mean they don't do this stuff.
So you like cops violating your rights?
I comply. When the police officers does that stuff, I'm different about the people in Minnesota that's putting their hands on them. I comply. I give them my driver's license. I give them my insurance. I give them my registration. I get out of the car when I'm supposed to, when they tell me to, when they ask me to.
Have you ever been pulled over by the cops? Can you even drive, my friend?
Yeah. Hey, have you ever done any prison time?
Have you?
Yes, I have.
Well, then maybe you're not the best person to have opinions on things because you don't seem to make the best decisions.
People would say that, but that was 40 years ago, sir. And
Yeah, I believe people
time,
can change and
I got out
reform
I
and
haven't been
everything.
back. So see, that's why you believe that way, of course.
Well, I believe that way, but
you
right-wingers don't really.
Huh?
Right-wingers don't really believe in reform.
I don't care what they believe. I don't care. I know what I believe, and I believe a lot of stuff that they do believe. But not, I don't. Whatever you say, you're trying to change it. I'm telling you, I've been to prison, okay, and you're telling me that oh, that's why all that. Huh?
Well, no, I'm just saying maybe you don't make the best decisions, and maybe you should understand your depth.
Maybe I didn't when I was a child. Right? How do you know the story? You don't know what
Well,
I've done.
I don't. I'm not.
Oh, so you're saying those illegal immigrants that's going around raping 11-year-olds and having their 10-year-old sister sit there and watching Georgia? That's okay? That's
Okay,
good
that
decision?
sounds like a personal fancy and not something that like
No,
you're actually.
that sounds like it's the truth. Watch the news. Look it up. And
Brother, I do the news every night.
Yeah, then for the left wing and the Democrats, their side of the story. Or
No, I tend to be for facts.
Look up in Georgia. Look it up. Look it up. You got people sitting there.
That sounds
too.
like.
Of course, you're not going to look it up.
That sounds like something that's going to get the feds on me, brother. Like I wonder what's on your hard drive.
Okay. Check this out. So the illegal immigrants. Let's forget about that. The illegal immigrants.
Have you ever met an immigrant? Do you ever leave your house?
To the United States and rape and murder. What about that? Let's just, for example.
Do you know Donald Trump is an adjudicated rapist, right?
You know that's a bullshit lie. He's never been convicted of anything except
I didn't say convicted. I said adjudicated. It was a civil case.
He's never been convicted of anything.
But he was adjudicated as a rapist.
That's bullshit. Either you're convicted or you're not. When he gets convicted, he's a cop, just like anybody else.
You understand what a civil case is, right? A lot of things are settled in civil
court. That's all
court.
he's been convicted of is a civil case.
Well, no, he was convicted of fraud in a criminal case.
What if he? Okay, check this out. What if he didn't want to go through all that bullshit and just paid them off? Hey, let's it costs too much money or something like that. That's business. It doesn't have nothing to do with
and
it.
that's another thing that, like, hey
man, in the criminal court and get convicted, then he's what you say.
Donald Trump fucker, can I talk to you for a second? So you're telling me that you hate crime and all this.
What'd you call me?
Donald Trump fucker. But okay, you say that you hate crime, but you've been to prison. You're talking about illegal aliens, but you've been to prison, so you've made mistakes and
because that's what I decided to share with you.
But you made amends with that charge, and then like people aren't judging you, but like,
and you're trying to sell that narrative. That's bullshit. You're not going to do that to me. I've already done my time. I'm innocent.
I know. Well, you weren't innocent. You were convicted.
Hey, Justine, let me tell you something.
Why would you call me Justine? I have been nothing but perfectly nice to you.
You're a liar. You call me Donald Trump fucker.
Yeah, because I think you kind of. If you're telling me that you're a Donald Trump supporter and you want me to address you as Donald Trump.
You said you had queer sex on the weekend.
If you want me to address you as Donald Trump supporter, you are indeed a Donald Trump fucker. Okay, I'm going to unmute you now.
See, I can do it too. I chose not to because I'm a real person. Now call me Donald Fucker again.
Okay, Donald Fucker.
See, Justine, I said take the dress off. Take it out.
I'm not wearing a dress. I'm wearing pants.
Yeah, I believe that.
I got pants on.
I believe.
All right, Donald Trump fucker. We've had enough of you. Have a good night, my friend. That might have been the wildest call I've had in the entire almost 6 years of this show. Amazing. I like that guy. Seriously, I'd give him a regular spot on the show. Anybody else want to talk to me, or can I wrap it up? I've been on almost 5 hours. I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry. Making my new co-host. He could have been drunk. He could have been high. He said he was... Oh, the clip of me laughing at him saying he's dying of congenital heart failure and diabetes. I could... Because it sounds horrible, but I asked him what he did for fun. He's like, I'm dying of congenital heart failure. This has been one of the wildest episodes of the Troll Patrol ever. Ever. Representative Ilhan Omar was attacked during her town hall. We thought Trump might have expired because all the feeds went down at the same time, except the White House feed. But it took me a second to find the White House feed. I might go eat some dicks. Dicks are yummy. I'm gonna have to go in there and just laugh my ass off. I'm gonna have to tell Curiouser about that and just die laughing. Because I was trying to be restrained. That was one of the funniest things ever. I need an animal video. Okay, here we go. What about bald eagle? Ooh, no, let's do this one. Let's do this one. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, it's the same dude. I can't do the same dude again. What is my political view? I am, for whatever political point of view allows me to piss in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy. If I thought the Democrats could get me closer to pissing in Dan Crenshaw's eye pussy, I'd go with them. If I thought the Republicans could. If I get a GOP mommy, I'll go with one of them. One that has a little bit of money to her name. Oh, I thought this was an animal video. I'm sorry. It's a stupid human trick. Slipped on the ice and fell into the pool. I think he's kind of lucky there wasn't a cover on it. I think it would have been worse if he had a cover. It would have been a lot harder to get out, wouldn't it? Whoop. Ow. Ooh. Hitting his back on the edge like that, that's something that could hurt like years later. Poor dude. You think Crenshaw, that little bitch boy, would fuck me up? He ain't nothing but smoke and mirrors. You are impressed by little men with good PR. Here's a bald eagle. Damn, that's majestic as fuck. Look at his hair in the wind. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking eagle. Or? Quickly says overgrown chicken. They're just pretty vultures. Who are the feds watching? The feds can watch my dick. I'll tell them to suck it. Such an awesome bird. Twitch people, you're gonna rate into Noisy Immigrant Everyone else, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before we hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol live.